Recently, I met with a client who I hadn't seen in a couple months. When we had spoken the last time, we kind of came up with a list of things she should be doing. It's a startup business, so she's not a business existing right now. And so we were talking about things like building a business model canvas and those types of things. But when we met not too long ago, she began our session by recounting all the things that she had done since the last time we met. She'd indicated that she had recently developed a contract for engagement with her new customers, that she had developed a logo for her business, and that she had secured some accounting software that she could go ahead and do the accounting for her business. And what I reminded her of is a story that I heard quite a while ago. And it comes out of the Google Innovation Lab. And essentially they created a rather graphical story that depicts, to tell people to really kind of focus on things that are important and hard before you tackle the easy things. And that thing is called the monkey on a pedestal. And essentially it goes like this. And it says that if your job is to teach a monkey to sing while standing on a pedestal, then you really should spend your time teaching the monkey to sing first, because that's the hard part, rather than spending any time working on the pedestal. But unfortunately, most business people, they want to show some type of progress. So they pick off some of what I'm going to call the low-hanging fruit to essentially provide some motivation on their part that at least they're doing something. Unfortunately, all those low-hanging fruits in these situations are in fact false progress, because the project or the business would never get off the ground if at the end of the day you're not going to be able to teach that monkey how to sing. So why bother to go ahead and build any pedestals or do anything like that before you get through the hard part? Because that business will not be successful if in fact you cannot teach that monkey to sing, if that was the case. So in her particular case, we were not even sure whether people would actually buy her product. We talked about validation models and going out and doing surveys with people, and then maybe even putting together some type of a situation where we could get people to prepay for her solution just to see that people were willing to exchange money for her particular product. Those were the really hard questions that we didn't have answers to. And quite frankly, by spending time dealing with things like creating an entity or creating a logo, getting accounting software, all those types of things, long before you actually are in fact trying to solve for the monkey's problem with the monkey, it's really not worth it to do that. Essentially, you'll be spending time and resources developing something that will have no purpose in the end. I do believe that one of the biggest reasons that we see so many, statistics on failed businesses is because a lot of people will, in fact, register their entity before they go ahead and tackle any of the hard parts. And so eventually what happens is they realize that nobody will be able to buy their product. They can't figure out how to do it. And then essentially they don't renew that particular entity. And as the statistics would show, as they say, it failed within the first year. So the lesson here today is to think about the monkey on a pedestal. If whatever you're doing, you need to list all those tasks that you need to accomplish your goal, list them and then order them from hardest to accomplish to the easiest to accomplish. Don't start at the bottom and work up, but start at the top. Pick off those hard spots, because if you can't solve for those hard issues, there's really no sense in going out there and doing any of the pedestal work. So don't go after the low-hanging fruit. Go for the unknown stuff. Satisfy those things in the validation process, and don't bother to go building all those pedestals before you need to.